フルカウンター。
Alright lads, welcome back to the Grand Cross video, and last night we got the premiere, or I guess this morning we got the premiere of the new Ragnarok series coming to Grand Cross, and I had my reaction. Granted, I couldn't really shout or scream too much, but Lord knows inside I was screaming like a little kid. But man, this is gonna make Grand Cross last more than 2 years. Like, this is actually insane how big this is. Like, no other game's doing this, no other gacha game's doing this. This is next level stuff, so I'm so... like a little bit cringy but proud to be doing YouTube for Grand Cross. So I appreciate all of you supporting the channel and the videos lately. But yeah, let's just dive in, because we got 30 minutes of news basically going over this stuff, and there was so much stuff happening very quickly that you may have missed a lot of stuff. And we're going to go frame by frame, going over this preview, going over everything that we know so far. And yeah, I've kind of gone through everything, and there's a lot of stuff to talk about, so let's dive into it and not make the video too long. But before we start, if you are new, consider subscribing. We are doing Grand Cross content every single day, and obviously a very important video coming somewhat soon. Obviously it kind of be slowing down a bit with all the news coming from Grand Cross, but my Jujutsu Kaisen collab is coming very soon, so stay tuned for that, boys. Let's jump in. Okay, so starting off, we do get a little flashback towards all the sins, going through them all, and they do show Escon on Barn dancing, which I wish they didn't show. But we do get our first look at our antagonist here. He does have a name, which will be shown later on, but for right now, just as a little slash attack to form the little cross. Could be an actual animation he does have in game for his moves, but we'll get into that later on. But yeah, that's just the first bit. Let's actually dive into what the main part of the video. Okay, so before we dive into that, I guess the whole video, really, I gotta say, if I pronounce the names wrong, sorry. A lot of this, I guess, the chapter of Ragnarok is based on Norse mythology. So, yeah, the names are gonna be like, kind of like, how was it? Swedish or something? German? It's gonna be very hard to not pronounce the names, so I will try and correct myself. But do let me know in the comments if I do pronounce someone wrong here. But yeah, let's just dive in. So the trailer first starts as Winter, I think is how you pronounce it, as it continues. So I did a little bit of research. Winter is just the prelude for what I've seen here to the events of Ragnarok, which once again leads on to the story, really. So I believe this place right now, wherever we are, is in like a 3-week or 3-day winter. So winter just came. They're kind of all like not prepared. I think that's what the story going along here. And yeah, this is the first bit. We then skip forward a few frames, and we do see our first protagonist here, which once again his name will be revealed later on. So yeah, this whole scene here is kind of mimicking the actual callback to Elizabeth walking into the tavern for the first time. And can we just take a moment to appreciate the actual animation and quality they've done here? Actually unreal. Like, this is what 70 season 5 and 4 should have been. Very shame, because once again the story is fantastic, really, in my opinion, but obviously the animation really ruins it and kind of made a joke of this series. But now at least Grand Cross is carrying this series a bit. But yeah, this is just unreal, man. Okay, now it jump cuts to what looks like to be the actual map in game. For example, if you look on screen now, you can see this is what we currently have. So I believe this is what the actual map will look like. But this is based on the tree of Yggdrasil, I believe, how you pronounce it, Yggdrasil. And you can see a screenshot of the comparison, really. You can see Midgard in the middle, which is also called back later on. And then also you have some other off realms, which I'm not sure if they're going to explore all of them. But already from the picture, there's a lot of stuff to cover just from this alone. So there's a lot of stuff Netmarble can do it. So very good choice, really. But since, you know, this new area, the Sins got to prepare for it. They are now dripped out in their winter clothes. And as you can see, this is Lost in Mediotis. So we are going to get stuff later on about future characters for the Sins, not just the original characters. It will be probably another Lost Vein here. But we will see more Sins later on with their actual new clothing. But yeah, actually unreal. I hope this is a universal outfit and not just for Lost Vein. However, Lost Vein is the only really usable Mediotis. It's not the worst thing. Okay, so this scene's got me confused. It might just be for the trailer, but you can see some Earth stuff moving, which in lore-wise for 70s, only the giants could do that. So this could be a possible hint towards a new giant coming to the game. Once again, could just be something just, you know, just they did, but I just want to point out just in case it does happen. Okay, so this part is going to be so quick because there's so many fight scenes happening right now, and we're going to go frame by frame a little bit. So you do see a new place here. We don't know what it is just yet. I'm sure there's a name for it, so if you do know, let me know. But it does zoom in, and we do see a Colosseum of some sort, which could be an actual PvP arena at one point. There is another PvP trailer, I guess, teaser later on. But to go frame by frame, it is very quick, so it was a dive into it. We do see our first look at a new female, and if you go frame by frame and see actually her full body, you can see she does have a staff and also, well, I guess a spear and a shield, which is if we're following North mythology, this could be actual a Valkyrie. I mean, she hasn't got the same like outfits and stuff like that, but Valkyries are known for having shields and also spears. So I'm looking so forward to this character because I love Valkyries. One of my favorite character using all these like mythical games and stuff like that. So it's very sick. Just from looking at Finn from the actual Stranger Things collab, He had some pretty good outfits, so I'm expecting her to have some nasty customization just for the shield and the spear alone, so I'm really looking forward to her. As of right now, we have no confirmation of what her name is, so we'll just call her Valkyrie, basically. Next, we do see looks like a redhead guy. Could be the flame going against his armor, but this, who I thought straight away was the main character we saw at the start, but actually is a different character. So these, I would assume, are like the gods, like the champions of the realm, because they are in like a place, but you can see he does a massive slam down fireball. This could be something used as an ultimate or even an AoE effect, and it jump cuts to what we've seen already from our main protagonist here, which is the little wolf. Oh, I think they call it wereboy. And yeah, as you can see, he will be our first, or I guess our next transformation character. Now, we'll get into later on, but I wonder how they're going to do it, because transformation characters already have been quite bad, which would make sense if they do give them for free, because yeah, we get to later on. Then it jump cuts to everyone's favorite, Thor, lads. But not just any Thor. This is a female Thor, which I'm happy they did because I want more females. But of course, to show her immense power, she is versing Escanor in daytime, which is unreal. So you know for a fact when we do get to the point in the story mode, if they do fight, this is going to be unreal animation. And then just to kind of zoom out for a second here, you can see she is wielding Mjolnir. Is that how you say his name? So it is, you know, confirmed to be Thor. Once again, I thought it can be a Valkyrie just from looking at a glance, but you can see Mjolnir in the back. And yeah, looking forward to this character. Once again, the original characters, they're giving so much meaning behind them, so I'm loving it so much. Okay, so next we do get a little side shot really of 2 new characters and King. This is evidence later on kind of what this is, but I'll say it right now in case you don't want to get towards the end. It's most likely a side story. As you can see, we do have a new little female as well, which you know, kind of a lolly. It makes sense why King is, it probably relates to Elaine a little bit, and you do see what everyone's, once again, big mummy milkers, and also a lion. So there's a very good chance that if this character does come towards the game, which there's a good chance it does, her playable character or weapon will be a tiger, which would be very, very cool. Similar to how we already have Elizabeth and Hawk, it could be whoever her name is, and also a tiger, which would be very, very sick to see in game. And then to put some more light into it, we do see a massive clash between some characters, but we do get to see some new drip towards the other sins. Merlin looking so nice, bro. I can't wait for it. Once again, we don't really have a usable, you know, adult Merlin, so hopefully in the future when we do get a new one, this could be an outfit she does have on. I would assume as well these are going to be tavern outfits as well, but I hope they are playable outfits too. Then you do get to see Gopher flying as well with his new outfit. It does look pretty nice. And then we do get to see a new Diane. So Diane is almost looking the same, but she has got that green coat on, which is probably inspired from the new season, because she does get like a new little green outfit on. So I kind of like the little mix they've done here. Once again, I just love green, so any bit of green clover we can get, I'm just going to love it. But yeah, she does do a massive slam dance, super nice. And at the end of the trailer, we do get to see a fight between Meliodas and this mysterious guy who we reveal later on. And he does do a little move, like a little like fire-breathing dragon almost, maybe, on his sword. So if this guy's going to be a character, which he is going to be a character, it's most likely going to be one of his ultimate moves, I'm pretty sure. Or just one of his like single target skills. But because in the animation in this skill, most likely ultimate, so that's kind of revealed already. But once again, it could just be for the trailer. So yeah, that is it for the trailer. There is a lot more information revealed later on during the actual presentation of this reveal. So let's just dive into that part. Okay, so there are a lot of key points I want to point out here, and the first one is this here, of how do you get to the story and how it happens. They are transported to the world of Norse mythology depicted in books, and from the trailer we get later on, it does look like they get teleported into a book. It's very, very weird, but I guess it doesn't really matter how they get there. It's like what matters is what they do there. That's kind of the whole part of the story, really. But yeah, that's very, very cool. Maybe there's some actually lore behind how they got transported there, and that's kind of what they have to figure out later on. And then later too, they do say here, which is quite important to point out, is the fact that Ragnarok became an original story in the world of 70 years, carefully planned and prepared for over 2 years before the game even came out. Which I think is quite important, because we gave them so much hate, like, what are you lot doing? You're ruining the game, just fix the game, do the stuff, where's the content? What are you lot doing for, like, these dead weeks? Like, what the hell's going on over there, Netmarble? But in this is what they released, so, beyond my expectations, like, thank you, Netmarble, just for this stuff. And they do go on to say later on that if it was seen as an actual anime, the entire story of Ragnarok consists of 24 episodes, which I think is around like 6 hours of content. So that's massive, like animation wise and stuff like that. So I'm very curious how it's going to work out. And typically I do upload the full cutscene, so I will be doing that for probably each episode and maybe the entire story. I want to do it for the whole story of Grand Cross itself, but that's like hours of content. It's going to take me quite a while to do it. But the story of Ragnarok consists of 12 chapters in-game, and if there's 25 episodes, then it's probably going to be like 2 episodes, like 40 minutes worth of content each month. But, however, they do say here it will take turns releasing with the main story every month. So, we're going to get main story, then Ragnarok, main story, Ragnarok, and considering there's 12 chapters, There's, 12 months. This is going to go on for 2 years. 2 years worth of guaranteed content already. Netmarble's firmed it. Just if you think Grand Cross is going to die anytime soon, well, they just confirmed the game's going to last another 2 years. And that's not even confirming the other stuff we're going to get later on with the original story content. It's very, very good, right? And if you don't know as well, just kind of off topic a bit here. Four Nights of the Apocalypse is like a sequel to 7DS, and that is currently ongoing around, I think 16 chapters, and 2 more years of that, of just getting weekly chapters. Grand Cross had a lot of content to work with after the fact that we do finish 7DS, and we could go into towards that content. So a lot of stuff towards Netmarble. They know what they're doing. They planned out probably like a 5-year plan, maybe. I'm just kind of going off assumption here, but, Grand Cross ain't that anytime soon. Oh, okay, now we get a new trailer with in-game footage, so most likely going to be Chapter 1 with Medeos' famous catch line, and this is a library, so hopefully we do see Beatrice in here, and we do get to see a snowy area, most likely when they've been transported, and then we do get a new scene here with a new bard, and this guy's going to be like the... almost like the teller, like we're going to get side stories with him, and we get a new clash bit, and then also a new character here. We haven't seen her yet either. So this girl, we see later on as well in some more trailers, but we don't get any information on her. So she might be quite important, especially with the necklace. Most likely going to be almost a key to everything. Just me assuming here, but who knows what she could be. Then here we do get to see a teleport, so wherever that book is, I'm assuming he picked up the Ragnarok book, and as you can see, it's quite important. So this is how the Sins actually transport there. We only see Medeos. I'm not too sure how the actual Sins. Merlin made the library of some sort in Hawk's Mom or something. Maybe Hawk's Mom's just massive, and we just don't know. It's like a title or something in there. But as you can see, he does get teleported, and he's straight away we get some straight action of the new character first in the Sins, and it almost looks like he's beating him. And like Medeos actually loses almost from the looks of it. And yeah, this is probably a good way to introduce a character. He does say you really are the dragon incarnate, because he must get confused with the tattoo. So I'm assuming towards the end of the series you are going to make up somehow. Oh, sorry for the misunderstanding. But this guy is the main villain for now. And yeah, a good way to introduce a character to beat the Sins almost. And obviously we did think Medeos knew the character, but it's some misunderstanding basically. He just thinks he's a dragon, a reincarnated again. So still original character. It's not like they have met in the past. But yeah, that is the kind of the first bit of the trailer. There is still more though, so we'll dive into later on. Okay, so the story of Ragnarok does take place between the actual revival of the commandments and the wrath of gods. Obviously, it's spoiler wise, they can't do it after season 4 basically. And yeah, very curious, because are we going to get power-ups? Are we going to get new characters? I would think, because it is a whole new anime essentially, like a whole new story, I would like to think we're going to get some original power-ups. That'd be pretty sick, but then it wouldn't make sense because they can't use it afterwards, but we'll see how it works out. Then since he is talking, they are showing something in the background, and kind of elaborate a bit of the thing we already saw with the library stuff. Very, very weird. We do get to see a kid for some sort. I'm not too sure who it could be, because obviously we haven't seen that person in the storyline. It almost looks like Kid Elizabeth. I'm not too sure what it can mean. But for some reason that kid does bring the books, and maybe it's some sort of trap almost to get Medeos in the actual place of Midgar, which you can see they do say here. But yeah, I'm not too sure who it can be. If you know, let me know, but it just looks like Elizabeth. And then we get a massive lore thing here of the characters. So they do say, well, you see 4 of them here. So I believe this is the first time they showed the redhead girl, which we'll get into later on. But they do say here, in addition to the heroes in the previous video, Ragnarok has more than 20 new characters. So, more than 20, less than 30. That's basically what it is. So if you look at the tree, they show you like who the characters connect to. I did count, it's around 17 characters. And assuming the characters we've seen so far are the ones playable or the ones in the story, I do believe we add up to around 10. So the first guy is the main character, basically the antagonist. Then we do see the wereboy. Then we do get to see what I'm dubbing as the Valkyrie girl, the one with the spear and the actual shield. Then we do get to see the fire guy, although it's very, very quick. He is a new character. Then we do get to see the female Thor, which is pretty sick. I can't wait for her. Then we get to see 2 characters here, which is the girl trapped in the cage, and also the girl with the tiger. Then we do get to see this new bard of some sort. Then we do get to see this little girl who does make a recurring feature later on in more trailers. And then the character they just shown now is the redhead girl. And quickly going over the silhouettes of the characters, I'm sure some people can point out, but it looks like the left one up here is some sort of Odin or even Loki. Just with the horns, it's kind of obvious a little bit. If we're gonna get 4, we're gonna get probably Loki. And yeah, that's something I want to point out. Okay, so now they actually show the cut-ins for the actual artwork. So this is what's going to be in-game and the actual name. So the main character who I've been going on about already is his name's Sigurd. I think that's how you pronounce it. And you do get to see some of his cutscenes as well, maybe even an outro possibility. And yeah, the cartoon looks amazing. I can't wait for it. Okay, and we do get to see our main protagonist here, which is the wereboy, which is going to be like the main character probably. And his name is Fenrir. And yeah, he is one of the characters we are going to probably get for free, maybe. I kind of go into later on. But yeah, this is quite, I guess, an important character. Yeah, he looks alright. I like the different color eyes. It looks pretty sick. Probably got some meaning behind it too. Then we do get to see the redhead girl that was just shown before, and to be fair, she looks massive, and I think her actual height is actually very, very tall, and her name is Thonar, and she's actually voiced by, I believe it's Amelia from ReZero, so massive, massive W if you do like ReZero, and quickly as well, during the actual brief, you do get to see the outfits a little bit more here, and we do get to see our first look at Escanor outfit, because obviously, you know, he's normally in his daytime form, you don't get to see his outfit, but yeah, dripped out as well, very, very cool. And then last for the bard, we've just seen a few times now. His actual name is Grimnir. And yeah, nothing too much to say about this guy. He is eating the food, which is quite funny. And yeah, he's just going to tell stories about he's more like the teller, like about this world to kind of give us more context and lore of what the actual setting is really. So this part here is actually the content of where we're going to get the Ragnarok story. So we're going to get the main story, which will feature, you know, as you see here, based on the Nordic mythology, including story content. And then we're going to get the sub content. So this part here is actually quite important because it used to hear this is going to be like one of these stories, which is Grimnir book, so we're going to get a backstory and probably a little bit more on the actual characters, which makes a little bit of sense now if you look back at what we saw before, where we saw King with the two characters with the girl in the cage. That is most likely going to be a sub content where we're going to get a book of one of the characters, maybe the little girl, and we're going to get her story and like a little side story with King. I can see Barn is there, so maybe we're going to get a Barn and Grimnir story, then we're going to get a King and the girl in the cage story, and we're going to get these like side stories, maybe even Escanor 4. We're going to get these super sick stories on the side, which can be very, very interesting to see. And then we do get the battle one too, which it says here we're going to get new types of boss battles, and if you know about battles in another game, it's like how you summon the raid bosses, so I'm not too sure if we're going to get a new raid, but it might just say boss battles, because that's what you call boss battles, really. And also, a cooperative gameplay based on the Ragnarok story will be added, continuous into stories on our update, basically. And I do believe, if I recall from yesterday, they do say we're going to get a new knighthood boss, and this could be what they're referring to, a cooperative battle, where it could be this massive tiger, or even the guy. We could be seeing the actual guy as the knighthood boss. It'd be very, very cool to see what it is, but yeah, already massive content coming towards the game. Love it. Can't complain too much here. Okay, so the next part of the trailer, they kind of just talk about the story and the creation of the characters and a little bit more detail about the characters themselves and how they make the game. And they do show some cutscenes, which is kind of nice. You get to see a little throwback towards the first episode of 7DS with the people talking and eating food. And then once again, they kind of show this girl, kind of hide it almost. She's going to be a massive part of the story. I don't know why, but like they're not going into detail of who she is. Out of everyone they've shown so far, we don't get to see anything about her. They kind of do a little glimpse of her. We don't get a name. We don't get any like voice actor or anything about her. So very, very curious on who she could be. Then we do get to see a new wolf, which could be just a normal boss, but I just want to throw that out here. And it looks like Thonar does defeat it. And then we get a new scene of the actual, I guess it was named Sigurd now. We know his name. First in his sins. And he always, every time he's around, he has like a little mist coming off them. So he must drain someone or like have some power to drain people. So I wonder if it can be introduced in his passive somehow. Okay, so next they now show more of like how the scenes are going to look now in the new world. And they kind of replace the actual PvP setting of the Fight Festival. So I wonder, once again, are we going to get new places to fight in PvP? Although it makes sense why we just keep fighting in the Fight Festival, because, you know, the Fight Festival, I would love more areas where we get like a snowy area, maybe the Colosseum, like I did mention before. We do get to see the same like characters, like the two frames pop on up and down, so it could be an indication this is an actual fight scene, which is very, very sick. And then boom, we do get to see an actual probably a loading screen of like what the loading screen is going to be, probably in I guess at the end of the month in JP, which is it's so beautiful, man. You can see the cuttings look so sick, the snow in the back. Hope you do get some more updated cuttings for the characters, maybe in the actual outfits rather than ones they've already reused. But yeah, I can't wait, man. It looks sick. Okay, to wrap it up, we are towards the end here. They kind of talk about the release date and the stuff we're going to get for free during the event. And this is the thing that kind of annoys me. They do say the first chapter of Ragnarok will be released in Korea and JP, and followed by Global and the Asia servers later on. And JP is going to get it at the end of June, while Global is going to get it at the end of July. So a month apart, really. And this is very annoying because, you know, this is an original story. We're going to see it in JP first for a whole month before we get it on Global. And, you know, once again, it is like an anime arc almost. So we're going to get hype moments, hype character scenes, stuff I want to experience first time on Global with the actual English subtitles. So there's most likely going to be fan translations, which is going to be very, very annoying. Hopefully this doesn't, you know, go on forever. Maybe we do catch up at one point. But yeah, super annoying that the fact that JP is going to get it first. Fair enough, I get it why, but, you know, I don't want to get spoiled for what's going to happen. And because this is an original series, basically. But on the upside, we are going to get some free new stuff here. And they do say with the recent Ragnarok Chapter 1, we are going to get 100 free diamonds. So once again, just free content and love to see it. An actual new SSR hero from the Ragnarok series. They can't reveal who it is just yet. It could be the fact that, well, they haven't revealed a character, or they don't want to say who it is. Obviously, people are thinking it's most likely going to be the Fenrir guy, which is the wereboy. Hopefully not, because I don't really care about him too much. I mean, we don't know who it is just yet, but this character will be a transforming unit. Most likely, whoever it is going to be, probably going to be a really, not bad character, but a decent character. I do hope it's not any of the baddies, like one of the girls, because then they're going to be worse than what they should be. But yeah, free character, and they also say as well, we're going to get free costume sets. So whoever this character may be is going to get fully decked out for free. So probably one of the best free-to-play units, because we've gotten free-to-play units in the past, but not the full costume. So if we can get like the full CC max, or all you have to do is take them to level 90, then it's going to be very, very generous. And it's something that free-to-play players are going to love, really. And yeah, since it wasn't part of the presentation, this was actually afterwards on Twitter where people posting it out. They do show the heights of the characters. You actually can see that girl with the red height is going to be super tall, Thonar. And you do see the girl in the middle here. So this is the one I was talking about before, where they're not really showing her too much here. So she is a playable character from the looks of it, because she does have actual in-game artwork. And these will be the first set of 5 characters we are going to get. Probably not all together. I would hope it's all in one banner. That would be kind of sick to get, you know, 4 characters, maybe 5, because maybe they'll drop a 5-man banner. I mean, they've done it before, but who knows, man. I'm looking forward to, hopefully these are good characters we can use in game, and just something that are going to be very, very sick. I would say the bard guy, Grimnir is that his name again, will be some sort of booster, because that's the kind of what he looks like, a support character. But yeah, I just can't wait for it. Okay, so obviously the main part of the story is the original characters and their impact on the story, but the Sins are a part of it, and we're going to probably see some new power-ups from the characters, so that's something to look forward to. We could probably see a new power, like completely new power from the characters. It is a filler arc, so it doesn't really impact the story. If they do something like mad transformation, even like some draw type unit, who knows what they can do, man. But I'm looking forward to it. We could possibly see some, you know, a new blue or green Lost Flame Medius, a new Elizabeth, new King, new Diane. Hell, even the outfits they have right now of the actual original stuff could be actual new characters. So we could see a new set of Sins that are completely original from the series. So overall, a positive thing to end off the 2nd anniversary, and something that kind of just confirms that Ragnarok is the best gacha game. I know everyone's kind of said it, but it is true. So yeah, I'm looking forward to covering all the content as we do go on for the next 2 years. So boy, I'll be what, 20? I'll be near 25. Oh my days. Oh my days, it's gonna be a bit mad. But yeah, boys, it's gonna be a long journey, but I'm gonna be sticking through it, and yeah, can't wait for it. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you can, leave a like as well. This did take a few hours to edit, and if you did make it to the end, thank you again just for supporting the content, because it's been unreal. So yeah, boys, thank you for watching, and yeah, peace.
とにかくまずこの封じられた魔力を元に戻さんとな。